OpenClaw. Build and automate anything. You are wasting time right now, every single day, on tasks that should not need you, tasks that could just happen on their own, while you sleep, while you work on something that actually matters. And the worst part? The tool that changes all of this is already free, OpenClaw. And when I say this thing can automate almost anything you can do on your computer, I mean that almost literally. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what it is, what it can do, how to get started, and some important things to know before you dive in. Let's go. So first, what is OpenClaw? It's a free open source AI agent that runs directly on your own computer, not in the cloud, not on someone else's server, on your machine. It was created by Peter Steinberger, an Austrian developer, and first appeared in November 2025 under the name chatbot. After a couple of name changes, it became OpenClaw on January 30th, 2026. Within 72 hours of going viral, it hit over 60,000 GitHub stars. By the time this video is out, it's crossed $68,000. That kind of adoption doesn't happen unless something is genuinely useful. Here's the simplest way to explain it. Most AI tools are reactive. You ask, they answer. You still go do the thing. OpenClaw actually does the thing. You tell it to send an email, it sends it. You tell it to check something every morning, it does that automatically. You tell it to build a tool, it builds it. That's the shift, from chatbot to agent. And you control all of it from the messaging apps you already use: WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, iMessage, Signal, Microsoft Teams. You just message it like a coworker, and it handles the rest. Now, a few things make this stand out from everything else out there. First, it runs locally. Your data doesn't leave your machine unless you specifically choose to use a cloud AI model. You can even run it with a fully local model through something like Allama, which means zero cloud dependency and full privacy. Second, it's model agnostic. Claude, GPT models, local models your choice, your API keys, your setup. Third, it has memory that persists 24/7. Most AI tools forget everything the moment you close the chat. OpenClaw remembers context across all your conversations. That changes how useful it becomes over time. And it's completely free. No subscription. You just bring your own API key. So what can it actually do? The answer is a lot. Let me walk through the main categories. Browser control. OpenClaw can navigate websites, fill out forms, scrape data, and interact with web pages on your behalf using its built-in browser integration. File management and shell commands. It reads and writes files, executes terminal commands, runs scripts. If you're a developer, that alone is massive. Scheduled tasks. It supports cron jobs, meaning you set something up once, and it runs on a schedule in the background, even when you're not actively in a chat. It's proactive, not just reactive. Developer workflows. Connect it to GitHub, have it monitor your app for errors, resolve them, and open pull requests automatically. Developers are using it to manage entire coding sessions and DevOps tasks while they focus on building. Personal productivity. Manage your tasks across Notion, Obsidian, Trello, Apple Reminders, Things 3 all through one conversation in WhatsApp or Telegram. Smart home. Lights, thermostats, IoT devices. Yes, it connects to those too. And then there are skills, which is where things really open up. Skills are plugins that extend what OpenClaw can do. There are over 100 pre-configured agent skills in the registry right now, community-built, shareable, and installable with a simple terminal command. If you can't find one that fits your needs, you can just ask OpenClaw to build it. It will create the skill itself, and you can share it with the community after. That's the kind of thing that makes this feel genuinely limitless. Before I walk through setup, I want to mention something. When I first started digging into tools like OpenClaw, the hardest part wasn't installing it. Okay, setup. OpenClaw runs on Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. You need Node.js version 22 or higher. Install it via npm or pnpm, then run the onboarding wizard, which walks you through your gateway, channels, AI model, and skills, step by step. If you've never worked in a terminal before, there's a small learning curve. But the docs are solid and the Discord community is active. One option worth knowing: some people run OpenClaw on a dedicated machine, a Mac Mini, or even a Raspberry Pi, so it's always on without using their main laptop's resources. The Raspberry Pi Foundation published a full guide on this. It's a great way to keep it isolated and running 24/7. Now here's something I want to be straight with you about. Because it matters. OpenClaw is powerful because it has real access to your system, and that comes with real responsibility. Cybersecurity researchers have flagged that because it can access email, calendars, messaging platforms, and more. Misconfigured instances present genuine security risks. Cisco's AI security research team tested a third-party skill and found it performed data exfiltration without user awareness. The OpenClaw team has released machine-checkable security models and is actively hardening the project, but they're upfront that prompt injection is still an industry-wide unsolved problem. So, run it on a separate device if you can. Use strong AI models. Read the security docs. Don't install skills from unknown sources. The tool is worth it, just go in informed. One more thing worth knowing about where this is headed. On February 14th, 2026, Peter Steinberger announced he's joining OpenAI and that OpenClaw will move to an open source foundation. The project isn't going away, it's moving into community stewardship. Development is still active, but the roadmap will look different going forward. Worth keeping an eye on as it evolves. OpenClaw is not a chatbot. It's not a writing tool. It's an agent that executes tasks, remembers your context, works across the messaging apps you already use, and runs on your own machine. It's free, open source, and genuinely one of the more impressive things to come out of the AI space recently. The real learning curve isn't installation. It's knowing which workflows are actually worth automating. That takes experimentation, but the payoff is real. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work,